Hi, good morning. Good morning to you and good morning to our new generational world. I'm speaking in regards to family members and co-workers and traditional ancestors that follow this lineage and to understand what I express, and the expression I want to give is that, generational wealth is built from our ancestors. And, we as people who are basically our own generation in 2021, it's a whole new different generation that is growing in different ways. We're living in a world now where our communities, our government, and many other countries have experienced a lot of changes. Changes within our people, changes within our government, changes in our organizations, communities, and societies that are under our government and different states. But many of them have gone through turmoil because of this epidemic, and many of this situation in regards to people being judged in regards to how they live and how we live and what we live in, especially here in the United States or in other countries. We should be living at least a more better life than what we see out in the world, because a lot of people now are suffering and are feeling consequences in regards to this epidemic. And, as we think that things get better, it always seems to pop up, and it seems to get a little bit more worse in regards to things being better and trying to go back to living our normal life. And from what I've seen, nobody's life has been the same since this epidemic started, and watching and seeing a lot of deaths, throughout the last few years in regards to this matter. And this is just one of the topics that I see that has gone very reckless when it comes to watching how our government is operating in matters that are very urgent. And when we have our government officials that are working in the government, and I really believe that there are government officials that respect their position and respect their authority. But then we have people in government that don't respect their authority and don't respect their position. And there are ones that are for the government and there's some that are not really in favor of our government. But the people who are not favored of our government, they have taken a back seat in a backward organization that has only to enable the negative side of things because of criminal mindset. And there's many types of business and situations like this. And they look for an outlook source to continue their business or the way they do things. And I find that not acceptable. You know, that's only my opinion. It's not acceptable to deal with backward organizations that are not upfront in regards to what they're doing. And I believe that there are good sides and bad sides when it comes to government. But in this situation where a lot of people that are involved in this matter are involved in things that are deeper than things that, I don't even know. But I really feel that that's the downside of what's going on right now. Because throughout these years, there's only been robbing and stealing in regards to money that can be used towards things that we are all going through in our time and state at this moment. And for me, I really believe that Miss Archuleta's backward organization has really made our government deteriorate in a more negative manner because of many years of bad actions and bad business that has taken this lineage too far to destruction. And I don't feel very excited in regards to how she operates. And I'm not here to say how she operates, but I need to speak of it because it's very dismantling and very disappointing how she has presented herself in the manner of who she is and not taking the responsibility and duty in a more honest way when it regards to handling something that is so large and has only crumbled because of wrongdoing in business and management and the facilities and people who she has invited and involved this matter and situation in. But I see that when there's a work environment the way it is, and it's very uncontrolled in regards to people working in this environment and their lack of responsibility, their lack of integrity, their lack of work ethics, have only created and mastered a crumbled situation because of no structure of proper conduct and proper rules and regulations when it comes to a business. This is why and how and why the present time this projects and these outcomes that have come from this management person has been only destruction and damaging to our business, to our family, to other co-workers. And I know that many of you have felt very disappointed in the matter in this project, but this project is really outrageous and very disrespectful. And these projects that are laid out to only disturb one's life. And when you have a management conducting projects and actually when they are not contracted, that's falsification in regards to illegal contracts. There's a lot of things in regards to business and people and the environments that we live in should always be safe and not built on a toxic environment for business and for people. Because when there are toxic environments, it's actually a unsafety zone to operate a business. And I don't work under these conditions where there's only toxic people and they're not taking business serious. There's a lot of things that need to be laid out and well prepared. But from my point of view, I can only build that within myself because what I have seen, I never got support or understanding in regards to build with anybody because of their self-absorbent of only money. Generational wealth is not only about money, it's about integrity and spirit of our country and our ancestors. We work to rebuild what our ancestors have left us behind and to take care of what they have left behind for it can move on to more generations. And a lot of you don't think of this that way, but it's true. What was left behind in this legacy was to make it built in a more stronger foundation and stronger service for our army, for our nation, for our people, for our government. And that's how I feel in regards to generational wealth. like we said, this is not only me. This belongs to many, many ancestral families that have fought for us and have given us this gratefulness of what they have built. And that's why I feel that what has happened is only a destruction of people's mind instead of reaching what actually is this generational wealth for. Generational wealth is our universe where we need to reassess our world, reassess our action, reassess our mind thinking in regards to the status of our life that is currently happening at this minute. We live only one life, and our life is here on earth. And imagine that generations and generations that have left us to this point where we all are responsible for duties and responsibilities for the way we form our government and the way we form our lives in this world. We are humans and we all have feelings. We all want things. We all want to live better. We all want to see our families grow. We all want to see our world with no violence and hatred. And we need to reach that point where there is no violence and hatred and greed. You know, our world is already demolishing because of some people who that are not righteous in our government, who are not righteous in our cities or communities. And even though there's negative parts of people that have demonstrated damage in regards to stealing and looting and betraying and backstabbing even ourselves in our own government. This is where it draws the line that these people don't understand that what they do wrong in the government actually affects our government and affects our people. Even small communities that are being handled by certain people, and that's where our destruction comes from. People who are in our system that don't care about correcting and fixing our government. Our structure has fallen so deep because there's people out here that are not actually for our government. And there are people that are rightfully good people and are for our government. But I see things within this family that it's only about getting to the money. It's not about getting to the facts and getting to the point of things and getting things done for people who really need it. It's just a big negligence of this woman and other members of the family that just don't understand the basics of common sense and structure of truth. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear nothing of what I really have to say, and I have a right to explain and express how I feel in regards to this mother figure and other opponents, right? Their civil mind is only built in competition. And what actually are they competing against? Are they competing against other people? No, that's not how our government should be, or our work environment should be, competing against each other. Competing is obsolete in regards to the truth of what we're here for. People don't work as a team or collaborate in the right way or in a healthy way. Nowadays, collaborating and building a team and not respecting the manner of the point of a project or other standards in regards to business matters. This business and other business and the structures were built on false foundations because of the corrupt mindset of this family and this mother and the siblings, because they did not put a correct foundation, and this is what the outcome was. We are not here to go against each other, but that's how it has seemed for the last 4 years, that all and everyone was only against one person, when this one person only wanted to see and grow with the lineage that I was left out of. And I wasn't even in this lineage, never in my life. I only carried the bloodline that was hidden from me. But now that I know who I am and know what my ancestors want me to do, and that is to correct what our lineage has been going through. And most parts of this lineage has been damaged. It's been damaged by these persons that think that they're intelligently controlling the businesses, when it's all corruption in regards to their mindset of just being in control and letting things do whatever they want to do. When people think they could do whatever they want to businesses that don't even belong to them, properties, houses, money, or whatever, sooner or later that's all going to catch up, because there's a time limit to this now. Because God sees what has been the destruction of this legacy, and God wants the person and persons out of the way. That way, this person can understand what the damages have been done by them. Everybody wants money. Everybody wants to sacrifice me. For what? Why do you want to sacrifice me for? Because God gave me something, a gift, and a gift to help, a gift to try to understand what's going on. in the business. The family matters. I have no connection to that, because whatever this family did, they all did it on their own. I'm here only to focus on what my ancestors want, not what you people want. I draw my line in regards to you people, because all you are doing, you're not only taking advantage of me, but you're taking advantage of history of large profiles and large people who walked this earth before you. And what gets me is how people like this think they're higher than the people that built this legacy and are no longer here to defend it. That's the problem of this matter. This people think that they were here to take over something and create things. But what have you created? What you've created was a disaster and an obstruction of justice and lies and fraudulent behavior. Is that what you have done to build this generation? I'm not going to build any foundation or generation with that type of label in regards to being violent or destruction or hatred or violent or just continuing in that form is not going to work for me. I'm here to build my ancestors' generational wealth and improve it and have it grown into more money for other generations can live better lives. That's my view. And to see our government back on track and the system and our data security protected. Because at this moment, our data in our government is not protected as it seems at this time. This data hacking happened years ago and still continues because of the fact of opium problems that have taken place years ago because of mismanagement and destruction. And I'm not talking about all parts of government. I'm talking about a certain agency that has only caused havoc and problems and conflicts for our country and for our society, for our communities, because of the thinking and their ways of being only selfish and thinking that they have the power to control all matters that have been affected. And none of you have told me or even said anything to me about what all this was about. I had to do my own spiritual therapy in order to gather what God wants me to know. And I want you to know that what I see is not normal in regards to family acting as if they are the government, that they are God, and they're not. The devil has always walked on this earth. God has always walked on this earth. And this is where we live, between two worlds. And we as humans choose what world and what we want to follow. If we want to follow the Lord, then we're going to follow the Lord. If you want to follow the devil, then you follow the devil. But we are humans, and we choose what we feel in our soul. And what I feel in my soul, I walk with the Lord, because He's the one that doesn't want to see people suffer like they've been suffering under this agency. And you people might think that I'm over exaggerating this matter. No, sorry. You people have exaggerated this matter. And even though you people don't see me the way I see myself, and maybe one day you will, but I feel that the way you people have handled me, have handled my matters and affairs in regarding to this legacy, and has been nothing but a pit stop of bullshit. And this is why I'm against it, because I don't believe what you people have established, what you people have done, what you people have said, and what you people think in regards to everything. And at this point, it doesn't even matter anymore what you people feel or think, because none of you even give a damn about our government or people that are in need of it, because you guys are so absorbed and focused only on your self-pity and your self-indulgence, and just continue to take. And taking will end, because God sees what is going on. That's why we're in this stage at the moment in regards to people being mistreated. And I don't believe that people in any lineage should be mistreated this way.